we'll go straight with the formula with the topic for today, which is the sum if. And I find it very easy for you to learn the sum if. That's why I included a second part, which is the sum ifs, the counterpart of the sum if. So basically, the difference between the two is that the first one, the sum if, is being used kapag you want to add something, meaning yung value mo is a number that can be added from one another given a certain criteria, one criteria only. While the second part, sum ifs, it can accommodate more than one criteria, meaning two or more conditions. And I think the limit in the Excel is around 127, if I'm not mistaken. It's the limit for having a criteria in your sum ifs function, yung may S. So I have here the working page para madali tayo tuloy-tuloy in this area, and then the source data. Now, my example here is for the sum if, kung kailan siya nagagamit, and the requirement for now is that I wanted to get the revenue per specific customer. Revenue per specific customer. So, pwede kasi na you wanted to have a revenue, total revenue. So, just look on your database and then uh, find a column with the revenue or sales here, and then get the total. That's your total revenue. But this time, it's different because you want the total revenue for a specific customer. In this case, it's letter A, B, C, and E. So let's start with the sum if, the first one here. So here, equal sign, then the sum if, name of the function. As you can see, inuulit ko lang tong syntax. That's the term in Excel when you are following a requirement for a formula. So sum if, open parenthesis, and then now the formula is requiring us to have a range. So the range is connected with the criteria. So in here, sabi ko kanina, I wanted to have a revenue per customer. So the criteria is the specific customer, which is in here. I've listed here, the specific customer. So nag-work tayo on customer A. So that's our criteria. So titingnan natin, nasaan ba yung listahan ng customer A na yan, lahat ng customer basically. And that will be the range. And then when you look on your source data, on your database, ang listahan ng mga customer is in this column. So I use all the columns instead of highlighting it like that. Pero when you do the same, either of the two, that's acceptable. So I'll be using a column, all the column G. And then the next requirement is a comma, and then the criteria. As I said earlier, it's the customer. So, hindi kasi siya kita, so ayun naman siya yung dot dot. So that means that's A cell A11, that's the customer A. And then comma again, it's a comma. And then it requires the sum range. So basically, range din siya, pero this time, ito na yung value na gusto mong i-add. And in here, I require revenue, which is equivalent to sales. That's the same term. So I'll be highlighting this column I for the revenue. And overall, that's the sum if. When you press enter, technically, ganyan kanina, no? Then you will put the close parenthesis for that in order for you to complete the formula. Pero Excel is very powerful. You just need to enter that. It will be corrected on its own. So let's just check kung correct siya. Baka may value nga, pero hindi kayo naniniwala na that's correct. So I wanted to get the revenue per customer. So ito yung mga customer, no? I mean, it's for this customer A. So I just need to add all of that manually. Pwede naman kasing ganito lang siya. But of course, this is very inefficient. So that's correct. I'll just show you that the formula is correct. Now, the same technique. You created a formula. You don't want to repeat that all over again. You just revisit the formula by pressing F2. And then, here, ask yourself, ano ba yung dapat i-lock or unlock? Meaning, lock or unlock, you put $sign for it so that hindi siya mag-move when you copy and then paste it. So here, the first is the range. Ito siya. Kulay-kulay naman siya. It's blue, edi blue siya. Ito. And then G then, that's easy for you to trace it. So ask yourself if you want that column to move when you copy or paste it. Syempre, hindi. So lock it, double lock. And then, your criteria. You wanted to move it, yung row, yung mga numbers, but not the column. You wanted to stay that cell in column A. So, lock mo lang yung column A. Put a $sign before the A, but let the numbers or cell number free. And then, this one, since dalawa yung requirement ko pala, it's the revenue and then the discount. And then when you check the source data, the revenue or the sales and the discount is in the same order as in your output. So, kapag kinopy or paste mo tong formula, magmo-move siya into letter J here, which is representing the discount. Kapag ganun yung nangyari, that means correct pa din siya because magmo-move naman siya into the right place. So, hindi natin siya kailangang ilock. And then, press enter. That's it. Copy. And then, paste it. That's it. Now, here, it's 0. Kasi when you look the whole table, yan. Whole table, di ba, walang E. Para sure, Control F. And then, press E. And then, find all. Wala, di ba? That means, wala. Walang letter E. That's why it's 0. In the previous video, kung nanood kayo ng VLOOKUP, meron lalabas doon na kapag wala in the database, that's NA, hashtag, and then A, and then parang divided siya, diba? And then A. Dito, this time, kasi nag-a-add siya, nag-a-add siya ng value. So, pag in-add niya yung wala, that means 0. That's why it's 0. So, pag ganon, it's medyo mahirap siyang i-trace. Kung wala siya talaga, may mali sa formula, kung 0 siya talaga, or hindi lang talaga siya na-count, or hindi lang siya talaga na-add. So, dito naman na-check naman natin na si letter E is not in the list. So, that's okay. So, basically, that's the SUMIF. So, let's move forward with the SUMIFs. Ito, that requires 2 or more condition. Siyempre, prepared na tayo with that kasi save time. So, this time, burahin ko lang muna to. This time, mag-a-add tayo ng another condition. My first condition is to get the revenue per customer. Yun yung ginawa natin sa SUMIF. Ngayon, dadagdagan natin ng isa pa. Revenue per customer, per specific customer, on a specific date. In this case, I choose January 2. As you can see here, may iba-ibang date up to January 5. So, January 2. So, malilimit pa siya into the date. So, basically, ganun lang siya. Equal sign, name of the formula with the S. Then, open parenthesis. Then here, baligtad na siya. Mauuna niya sa sum range. Sum range is yung kanina. Kasi we record the revenue. We'll be putting the revenue. When you see the sum range, automatic yun. Numbers yung mga values niyan yung na-add. So, that's it. And then, you lock it na. No. We do not lock it kasi di ba may discount pa. Kanina hindi natin in-lock. So, when you move to another cell, pupunta naman siya in the right place. So, no $sign for that. Criteria range 1. So, my first criteria is the customer. Specific customer. So, kung nasan yung listahan ni customer. That's it, diba? Lock mo na siya. And then, comma, criteria range 1. And that is the specific customer. Itong A11 cell. And then, lock the A. I've already told you that before. So, yan. Then, comma. And then, here, That's technically the sum if, ano, with change in place lang sa formula. Now, we're here to add the second condition, which is the date. So, nasaan yung listahan ng date? Of course, this one. Very easy. And then, lock it. Don't want to move it. Then here, because wala naman siyang ibang katabi, wala naman siyang ibang requirements pa. Huwag ka na mag-isip, just lock it. And then enter. So, that's it. So basically, when you copy and paste it, that's correct. Ano? Sige, one sample. Let's do discount and then check the discount. Here, customer A. It's customer A, first requirement. And then second requirement is the date. So ito, 2. The others, hindi naman siya January 2. So the sales will be this one and then the discount will be this one, which is the same. And that means correct. So that's it. That's the sum ifs with 2 conditions. Now, tapos na. The lesson is finished. But yes, as I've said, you can do more than one conditions, 2 or more. So let's just try one more time with the third condition, just to satisfy, to maximize this sum ifs. So unhide natin, of course, with a product. Wala naman natitira. So with the product. So basically, fix mo na lang yung formula. You already know the sum ifs at this point with 2 conditions. That's the minimum requirement. And then just add another conditions, lahat ng conditions that is possible. So fix the formula by removing the close parenthesis and also adding the comma. And that will require criteria range 3. Wala na siya dito. Pero pag nakita nyo with the formula bar, that will be criteria range 3. And my third criteria now is the product. Asan yung listahan ng product? In this column. And then lock it. Just lock it. And then press the comma. And then just like the date, pick cell B8 and then lock it. And then enter. That's it. Uy, parang mali, but it's not. Just copy and paste it to see. Diba? Meron 0 si A. Let's just check it because the requirement is A. Yes, it's A. And then January 2. Yes. But there is no product 3 in here. There's no product 3 in here. There is a product 3, but on January 4. That's not counted. Kaya 0 siya. So let's check this one, yung may laman. Letter C. So letter C is here and also here. And I think wala na. Ito pa. And then second criteria is the date, January 2. Okay. January 2. Yan. And then product 3. Ito na. So product 3 is this one. This is product 2, not to be counted. So dapat ang result is this one, which is also correct. So that's it. That's the sum if and the sum ifs. Now, for me, if the condition is more than 4, hindi ko na ginagamit yung sum if because that means hindi efficient yung formula na yon with the idea that I wanted to create in my output. So, maximum ko in my experience is around 4 conditions for the sum ifs. And that's it. Sum if is one of my favorite formulas in Excel. So I hope you learned something from it. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe in my channel. And I'll be creating better content over time. And I hope you appreciate this, all of this. And see you next time. Thanks.